If I were to ask you to think about your good friends, the ones whom you like, and write down what do you like about them, 95% of the people will put down on number one, attitude. That is how important this attitude is to all of us. And with the proper attitude, we look on life in a completely different manner. How wonderful it is to possess such a positive attitude, where you get up every morning and think, it's so wonderful to be alive. Thank you, God, for giving me yet another day to live. You walk out of your house into the garden, take a deep breath and think, how amazing. Thank you, God, for the breath I breathe. There's a miracle taking place all around us. Every atom, every molecule of this air is miraculous. You look at the sun, and once again, you offer your salutations to God residing in the sun, who by His miraculous powers is providing us with the sunlight that we need. And then we go through life with that positive attitude. In this manner of thinking, the biggest difficulties and hardships never prevent anybody from succeeding. These people who have been the most successful in human history, despite having so many difficulties in life. Demosthenes was the greatest orator in the Western world. In his youth, he used to stutter. Despite that difficulty, his positive attitude carried him forth. Homer, the writer of the greatest Western epics, Iliad and Odyssey, was blind. Julius Caesar was an epileptic. Charles Dickens was lame. Plato, the greatest philosopher of the Western Hemisphere, was a hunchback. If we look at the personalities in Indian history who achieved exceptional greatness, we have Surdas, who was born blind, and yet he wrote 25,000 poems in devotion to Lord Krishna. Mirabai was a widow, and she was oppressed by her relatives, yet she wrote such sweet poetry in devotion, which is celebrated all around India even today. Kabir Das was of unknown parentage. Narsi Mehta had his house burnt along with his entire family. But these difficulties did not prevent their souls from blossoming. This positive attitude leads to joy from within. And that kind of joy can never be taken away from us. So, to make our lives a success, it is important to cultivate the mind. And when the mind is cultivated, we naturally work in a productive manner. So, how do we reach this stage of productivity? There was once a little boy. He was only 5 years old. He was helping out in the building of a community hospital, which was a $30 million project. His work was to sell pencils in the neighborhood. These pencils he was selling for 5 cents. So he went up to one house, rang the bell. The old lady opened the door, and this little 5-year-old said, "Ma'am, will you buy pencils from me? We are building a $30 million hospital for the community." The lady was impressed. She said, "Sonny, that's a big project that you intend to accomplish by selling these 5-cent pencils." The boy said, "Ma'am, I am not in it alone. You see that boy on the other side of the street? He is also doing it. He is also selling pencils for 5 cents. We are partners in this project." So he is so excited. He is not alone. He has got his friend as a partner, and they've undertaken this huge mammoth effort. Similarly, we are small and tiny in our little efforts, but we can make God a partner in our project of life. And if that little boy could be excited that his friend is also selling 5-cent pencils, and that is why together they can accomplish this feat. When God is our partner, what can we not accomplish? The festival of Holi helps us make God a partner in our life and take His help in optimizing our attitude to life.